What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel once again for another video. Today I want to talk about Last of Us Season 3. As we know, it is in the works. We probably won't see it for a couple of years, but they have announced some news, and they've kind of made this official because there was the word that Season 3 is going to be more Abby focused, because that's how the game is structured. And Neil Druckmann, who is co-creator, I guess the creator, and now co-showrunner and everything with Greg Mazin, went on record to actually say that Caitlin Dever, who plays Abby, is being promoted to the series lead, or at least for this season. She is the lead of this season because it's going to be focused on her story. Now, whether or not we will see Bella Ramsey's Ellie again, we don't know yet, because within the game, after a certain point, after basically where they cut off in the end of the second season, they jumped into Abby's side of the story. We backtracked to Seattle day one and seeing everything from her point of view. So we're going to see a lot more of Caitlin Dever, which, Abby as a character in the game, I absolutely fucking hated. Couldn't stand her. She was a terrible person. She had no redeeming qualities or anything. But with the way that Caitlin Dever has portrayed her, in the little bit that we've seen, and it's been, a gruesome, scene and everything, it's I don't know, it's been kind of refreshing where I've actually enjoyed her take on Abby, and I'm excited to see where her story goes. And I know that Bella Ramsey gets a lot of hate, a lot of it unwarranted, in my opinion. It's very immature and juvenile the way that people just tear her apart. Is she my first choice for Ellie? Absolutely not. They could have found someone so much better for fitting the parts. They could have done someone that even looked like her a little bit more, and who could pass as being 14 and doing that 19-year-old, the 5-year time jump. They definitely could have found someone a lot better. I mean, you got that cosplayer that's really jumped in popularity here lately. I don't know her name or anything, but I just keep seeing shorts of her on YouTube and things, where she is Ellie out of the game. Like, she is 100% Ellie. If they could have found someone, even closely resembling her, that would have been so much better. And I think it would have been a lot better received as far as Ellie as a character, and she would have been more believable. And they could have stuck more to who Ellie was in the game versus what we've seen in the show. Like, in the game, she's still a vicious character, and rightly so, for the things that she's gone through and the people that she's lost and everything. But in the show, it's just not, Bella's not been able to really sell it, and she's just coming off as selfish and not really caring like she does in the game. And there's a lot of similarities, but there's also a lot of differences. And like I mentioned, she's not my first choice for Ellie by any means. I mean, there's just so much more, or just so many other actresses they could have approached for the part and everything. And, you know, uh, like I mentioned though too, she doesn't deserve the just blind hatred that she's getting. But I I just definitely wish they would have picked someone else. They could have branched out and found someone that fit the part better. Because if you don't know, I mean, The Last of Us, as far as being developed into a film project, I mean, back clear as far as I want to say 2014, 2015, when the idea was really starting to be kind of juggled around and everything. It was going to be done as a movie project, where at first, when they were doing their casting and everything, and the people they were talking to, it was actually Macy Williams, another Game of Thrones vet and everything, coming in to play the part of Ellie. Even her, she could have done a little bit better. She could have passed as Ellie a little bit better. But all in all, I've not enjoyed her character as Ellie. And she's had her moments, I guess, but there's just been something about her portrayal as Ellie just really not done it for me. I won't go as far as to insult her looks or anything like that, but they could have found someone that really just, did the part justice. But I guess I've kind of gone off topic and everything. But going back into season 3, it is going to be a more Abby focus. We're going to see her story, more of her backstory too, if they kind of follow true to the game, where we're going to see that relationship that she had with Owen, that she had with her father, and with the Fireflies and everything, and how that all came to be, leading up to the moment that Joel actually killed her father, who was the doctor in the hospital. So I'm excited to see just how far into detail they go about that, and if they're going to stick true to the game as far as seeing and facing some of the things that she does. I mean, the large Seraphite woman that she comes across. That's if you noticed in the end of the season, she had those bruise marks around her neck because at some point she runs into Seraphite and they almost hang her, and that's where she meets Lev and her sister. I can't remember her name right now. But if they go into that, or if they go as far as seeing the Rat King, if you're not familiar with the Rat King, of course, from the game is like one of the big villains that she has to come across. It's just this nasty mutation of infected, and it's a pain in the ass to fight. I mean, there's a reason I only played that game one time. I mean, there's a lot of reasons, but that was ones I didn't want to face again because it's very anxiety inducing. But the as far as what they will include, because we know they've taken liberty, they've gotten a lot of creative say so as far as introducing new aspects of the game, bringing in things that weren't there before, and just new original content to add mystery and everything to the story, add surprise. So I'm excited to see just what they do with her side of the story, and just seeing more of her acting range, because she did a very good job with the scene that we got for Abby being introduced, coming in, and unfortunately killing Joel. And you got people freaking out about that, still bitching about it. Those are the ones that clearly didn't play the game, or they just don't flat out understand. That's how the story had to go. Joel's past was eventually going to catch up with him. That's just how it is. The choices that he made, the people that he killed, because he killed a lot of innocent people. He said so himself. That was his way of surviving, him and Tommy. And we got a little bit more in that in the game, where that was something that they did together, and it kind of fractured their relationship. And that's why they kind of went their separate ways there for a while. Not only that, but Tommy joining the Fireflies, but he mentions, and it was, I think, one of my favorite things that Tommy said to Joel in the game was, they get to talking about the past, and, Joel says, you survived because of me. And he says, I've got nothing but nightmares from those years, which, I don't know why that line stuck with me, but it did. But anyways, guys, I've kind of gone off in a couple of different directions, but again, season 3 will be Abby's story. So I'm excited to see just what they do with it, and what they might include or add in, or just what's going on with that. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to leave a like, leave a comment, consider subscribing, come back to the channel for more content just like this, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye.